Turn that down.
That would be good. Hey, it looks like we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Amber Chat. How are you all? Hello? Nobody out there but us. It's so funny. But we have Bridget is here, and Big J is here, and also Scott, Flower Fan. Let's see who else is here that I've missed. If you're here and you're just listening, let us know. Josh Pittman is here. And Malta Scott says it's okay now. I'm here. That's great. We like it when you're here. I am going to keep talking, but I'm also trying to set up a stream on Instagram at the same time so we can find people there too, which is a crazy process because you can't do it until you start the show. So it's kind of weird.
That's annoying.
It is. They haven't been able to hook up to them in a way that it automatically starts. So on Sunday nights, and I should have done it tonight, but Dwayne and I were chatting. On Sunday nights, I go in right before I start the show. I set everything up on Instagram, and then as soon as the show goes live, I hit go live on Instagram. But you have to get what's called a stream key. I know this is all fascinating, and paste it into where you need it so that it's there. It's craziness, just craziness. But we're trying to go live now, so let's see what happens on Instagram. Anyway, in the meantime, how is everybody out there? Dwayne, how are you? Tell us what's new.
I am good. Happy Wednesday evening, first of the month. Here we are.
And what was I gonna say? Goodness, first of the month, and Amber doesn't seem to be here tonight. She's always invited, but sometimes she doesn't. She's been busy lately. I know people want to see her too, but she is a busy girl, so you can't always have her here. Instead, you get the Beaver Pond players.
Right, and you can see her on Sunday. You'll see her on Sunday.
Yes, she will. Well, not this Sunday. Remember, this Sunday we are taking off because it's Super Bowl and my birthday, and I saw a lot of people saying happy birthday already. And thank you all for that. I appreciate it. And then the week after that, on the 17th, is the winner is a drag ball in Vermont. So if you're in Vermont, we'd love to have you come up and join us. And then if you're unable to do that, the next night we will have a show going again. So we would love to see you all. How's that?
That sounds good. And if you're watching us on Instagram, you can watch 180 shows that are on YouTube. If you're new to watching us and saying what the hell am I looking at? Well, there's 4 years of programming. You can catch up on Amber Live on YouTube.
It's interesting. A lot of people see us and say, "What the hell am I looking at?" I don't seem to be able to get it rolling on Instagram tonight. So,
oh gosh,
I may have blown it. I might have to put the key in before I start the. It says it's there, but it's not showing up on Instagram. So I don't know. If anybody sees it on Instagram, let me know. But it doesn't seem to be going live there. So I'm going to ignore that for now and just go back to our friends here. And I know, Joanne, I see we miss Amber. Well, she's around. She does the Sunday shows, and maybe we can get her back on chat one of these days. But in the meantime, you've got us. And hopefully we'll be joined by some other people in a little while. I know we have a special guest tonight, and I know Big J will be joining us, and then hopefully we can get Rocco and maybe Rusty to pop in. We will see what happens. And Big J says, yes, come to Vermont to see Winter is a Drag Ball. It's an amazing event with acts and a special Michael Jackson tribute show hosted by Big J Entertainment, who was going to be doing Michael Jackson's Thriller last year when the shit literally hit the fan. Or at least it backed up out of the sewage pipes and we had to shut the whole event down. So, Big J, I can't wait to see you perform this year. And on a scary note, Rocco and Rusty and I are piling into a car and driving to Vermont. So that's going to be one smelly car by the time we get there. I know Rocco can't drive by a fast food place without stopping. So there'll probably be 13 Arby's stops. And I know there's at least one Popeye's chicken stop that's being made because Lucy Bell can't live without her Popeye's chicken fix.
Does this explain what happened last year?
What?
Does this partially explain the backup of?
No, Rocco was not responsible for the backup.
I'll make that clear. That was a ladies' event, wasn't it?
It was what?
Was it a bit of a backup from a ladies' room?
Yeah. Well, nobody cares whose room is what.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So, WM says not seeing it on Insta. Yeah, I guess I have to get the key in before I start the stream. So I'll know that for next time. Learning experiences, more important on a Sunday night. So Leah says, hi, Russell and Dwayne. Missed you. Glad to be back. Hi, Leah. We're glad you're here too. And Big J is responding to Malta Scott and says there's more on his Facebook page. And Reno B says, hope you post your Michael Jackson event for us. Well, hopefully there's some footage of it out there and we can all get to see it if we're not there to see it live, which I'm planning to be there, Big J. I really am. So what have you been up to this week, Dwayne?
Working, writing, working, herding cats. Yeah, what I do. That's what I do.
Yes.
Get off
Facebook.
Get off the keyboard.
Off the keyboard. Your cats don't go on Facebook?
Okay. No.
They should all have their own Instagram pages at this point anyway.
I unfortunately, I have 4 very untalented felines.
Well, they aren't very good at posing, are they?
They're really good when the camera's not on, and then the camera gets on, and then that whole telegenic personality goes right out the window. So yeah, can't depend on them. What about yourself?
What did I do? Well, last weekend on Saturday, Jack and I and our co-producer Janet all drove down to New Brunswick, New Jersey to see Charles Busch in Ibsen's Ghost, which was spectacular, and we really enjoyed it. And you got a little message there from Alta Scott.
Mr. Papers.
It's not all play there, Dwayne Scott Tierney.
Yeah.
So I did that over the weekend. Then I went to drag bingo. Didn't win this week, but over the last 4 Sundays, I've won the big prize in drag bingo twice, which has been really nice. And I'm putting all that money that I won towards my summer vacation. So that's good. That's been about it for the week other than market. Last night I had a toilet explosion. That was exciting. You think that if you saw our article about the Dunkin' Donuts toilet exploding, last night my toilet, I flushed it and it ran at like full tilt for about 15 minutes. And by the time the super got here, like that 2 minutes before they got here, it stopped.
Right.
So there was nothing for them to see. So then they left, they flushed it a few times, said it's working. They left. Great. Later that night, I flushed it, and all of a sudden, it was going so fast and so hard that water was spraying out of the toilet all over the floor, and I was madly like trying to mop it up and get as much of it down the drain as possible. And I'm thinking, if this runs for 15 minutes like it did last time, there's going to be a major flood in the building. And about 45 seconds to a minute into it, it shut off, and I was like, oh, thank God. So today, the super finally came and worked on it. So that's my excitement. Now, the other end of that story, you know what that is, Dwayne?
I'm on the edge of my toilet seat.
What did you have for dinner?
I had shepherd's pie.
Ooh, nice. Where did you get the shepherd's pie?
Costco.
Costco. Okay. And did you heat it up in your
Yeah, well, yeah,
your,
you have
air
to
fryer?
you have to heat it up. Yep. And I'm still trying to learn. For those of you who know me, I can't cook at all. So anything can happen. I mean, exploding toilets, nothing. I've taken paint off the kitchen ceiling for my cooking. So yeah. Costco, and it's absolutely fabulous, but it's not. They don't always make it. It's a bit of a winter thing, and it's so good. Oh my gosh, I just had
Now,
one.
You said it was shepherd's pie.
Yes.
Is it true shepherd's pie, or is it the way we
go shepherd's pie? So
no. My question being, because Jack and I had a discussion about this and did a little research, and apparently shepherd's pie in Britain, in America, we just call it all shepherd's pie. If you're in England, shepherd's pie means it has lamb in it.
Okay.
If it has beef, it's cottage pie, which I think is fascinating.
I'm in Chicago. It had squirrel. All right.
Now you probably had pork if you're in Chicago.
I'm a squirrel because you don't know everything. And and carrots and onions and obviously, I don't know. It seemed like
delicious.
A lot of mashed potatoes and a pie crust, and but you got to get the pie crust has got to be it's got to be done well enough, almost a burnt, because it's a big pie,
And you don't want a soggy pie.
No, a soggy pie. I don't know who's in the soggy pie. If anybody wants to jump in with a joke,
no.
Yeah.
No, please don't jump in with that joke. We had enough of that.
But what did you eat?
I, for the third night in a row, because I made a recipe of this, I had a Cajun black beans and rice, and it's got andouille sausage and smoked pork in it, along with the black beans, and then some Cajun spices, and it's got celery and onions and green bell peppers in it as well, and then it's over a nice rice that I make that's got some Latino Saison seasoning in it. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong.
I'm sure all the Latinos correct you.
Probably. And I made a pot of this stuff, and it was so big that Jack and I have had it 3 nights in a row, and there's still some left for tomorrow. And then after that, we're going to make a muffaletta. We're in our Cajun Mardi Gras phase, because Mardi Gras is really early this year. I think it's on the 13th of February. So Joanne O'Brien had corn chowder soup, which sounds delicious. I love a good corn chowder. Leah had beef and bean burritos tonight. And Pop wasn't very fond of it, so he had Mom drop off fish and chips. And Malta Scott, I think you're talking about shepherd's pie back when we were talking about that. Flower Fan says, wouldn't like fam, would feel like she was eating lamb chops, the puppet. And Bridget's a little behind. She wants to know what everyone had for dinner. Flower Fan had Taco Bell. Malta Scott says, going to give that fixed toilet a workout with those beans. Flower Fan says, mufalettas are good. And do you want to guess what Big J had?
No.
Bagel bites. Reno B had tomato soup. Di Celentano beef ravioli, sausage, and mushrooms. That sounds like a hearty meal. And Reno B says, I love Cajun food. Me too, Reno B. I love the spices in Cajun food. Plus, it's, any Cajun dish worth its salt starts with a pretty much stick of butter. So it all tastes really good, but you have to be careful with it. Well, I've been to New Orleans 4 or 5 times, and I think every time I go, when I look at the pictures at the start of the trip and the pictures at the end of the trip, just the amount of salt and fat that you take in down there, not to mention the drinking, you just go. So, W Amp said, local mom and pop country buffet for dinner. And what's a muffaletta? My friend here has no idea what it is. Muffaletta, although it comes from New Orleans, from the Central Market in New Orleans, is a sandwich, and it's Italian because the Central Market is Italian, interestingly. And they take a huge roll, like a 10-inch round piece of bread. Like they slice it in half, slice the top off, scoop out some of the bread so there's room for the fillings, and then it's got provolone, it's got mozzarella, it's got mortadella, salami, and I think one other type of meat, and then there's an Italian olive salad that goes on it, and the olive salad is very specific in that it uses this Italian, I forget, it's like giardiniera or something, which is pickled vegetables that has cauliflower and carrots and some other stuff in it. And it's all, this olive salad is all chopped up and spread on it as a spread. And the Central Market sells these things, and they are absolutely delicious. They're huge. And Malta Scott says, Reno shared that recipe with me. Do you have a link to it so people can go look at it? And I will see if I can find a picture of one of these things. Shouldn't take me too long. So muffaletta is delicious, but it is a huge sandwich.
And messy. No?
If you're not careful, it could be, yeah.
I mean, when you get, it's like a salad on top of inside a Subway sandwich.
Well, except it's not a long sandwich like that. It's a round.
A round. Okay.
That's not what I wanted. Why, this shouldn't be so hard to find a good picture. Well, that one's not too bad. This isn't the original Central Market one, but I will upload it here so you can all see.
Yeah, you can see what I won't be making.
This is what a muffaletta looks like.
Oh, okay.
So it's a big sandwich, and they sell like halves and wholes, so you can buy the whole sandwich. I don't know what the prices are these days, but it's known as a New Orleans traditional sandwich. So yeah, that's the muffaletta. What have you been watching, Dwayne? Anything exciting?
Ooh, well, the last 24 hours, the news.
Why?
Why? I love hearing Trump lawyers.
Oh my God.
What was the one quote? They're talking to one of the judges, and they said, "Well, under the rules that exist now, Andrew Jackson could be reelected." and the judge said, "Well, that's a little while ago. That's a little while ago."
And he's dead.
Which apparently, is as we've been saying, that's not a reason not to be elected. Apparently, so yeah, yeah, yep. I'm a news junkie, so yesterday was a good day. We don't have many of them, so we must embrace them and move forward.
All right, well, they happen.
What are you watching?
What am I watching? I've been watching Loki with this weird guy.
Hey, what's up, bud?
Hey, and we've been watching a lot of Bob's Burgers too.
That's a great show.
I know Dwayne's not a huge Bob's Burgers fan, but
I'm not. Won't hold it against.
I'd heard a lot of people talking about it, so I wanted to see what that was all about. So I finally watched Bob's Burgers, and I'm on board with it.
Okay.
To each his own.
And you, I heard you both watch Die Mommy Die.
Yeah, great. Had a week of Charles Bush. We went to see his show in New Jersey, Ibsen's Ghost, and so we got to see him live and got to see the real thing, and then followed it up with Die Mommy Die.
Yes, which
I hadn't seen before.
If you haven't seen it, don't tell anyone. But if you do a search for it on YouTube, you can find a copy of Die Mommy Die right now, and you can watch the whole movie. So if you are a Charles Bush fan, or if you have no idea who Charles Bush is, you can go check it out. And it's on YouTube, but it probably will disappear as soon as somebody realizes that it's there.
Watch this video.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
but it's hilarious.
Yes. Leah's been watching The Wiggles lately.
The Wiggles.
She puts on their videos and dances for exercise.
So I know
you got Poppy watching it too. What?
I know one of their songs because I've had a job playing music for children, so I had to learn one of their songs. Would you like to know what it is?
Sure.
There's a worm in the bottom of my garden, and his name is Wiggly Woo.
You probably just impressed Leah immensely.
Yeah, and I was nauseous. So
he wiggles to the left and wiggles to the right.
Oh, and now you're upright.
Not much. I had a visitor today from Rocco Zamboni. Well, Rocco Zamboni is my slumlord, or landlord, I mean. And he sent some of his goons to fix the floor that was long overdue for needing to be fixed.
And now you have a nice gray linoleum.
Yeah. Rocco came by earlier today and said, "Hey, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I heard you got some floor that's gotta be fixed. I got some bodies. I mean some people who I gotta have go away for a little while, and the floor would be a good cover up. You know what I mean? Catch my drift." He said it just like that. And he sounded just like that too.
Yeah, now there really are bodies beneath your floor.
Yeah. In the sub basement.
Sub basement. Very nice.
Yes.
So Doubly Amp loves Die Mommy Die. Flower Fan says Charles Bush is amazing. Mm-hmm. And Malta Scott says, I saw Charles the other day in an old soap opera. What soap opera was that? It wouldn't surprise me, but everybody needs money. And Flower Fan says, big Charles Bush fan, saw Die Mommy Die years ago, and it's great. And Kim's here. Hello, Kim. The Buck Bunch are represented.
Natasha Lyonne is in Die Mommy Die, and she still has her voice at that point in her life.
Yeah, I know. We were a little shocked by that, and I had forgotten.
Hey, Jay.
New Disturbed song, Hide the Bodies in the Floor. Oh, you need to write that one.
All right, I'll go get a pen.
Malta Scott says, I think it was General Hospital. How did you know it was an old episode? They all seem the same. Somebody's got amnesia. Somebody else is trying to kill somebody.
Someone's trying to kill someone's brother who had amnesia.
And a couple of people are sleeping with people they shouldn't be.
Yeah, but they don't remember because they had amnesia.
Right.
That's really the most unfortunate part that they don't
Kim
remember.
says, "I'm so happy to see everyone looking good." Do you remember when on Friends when Joey Tribbiani got written off the soap opera?
Yeah. And then they brought him back.
Right, but he had to. They brought him back as Susan Sarandon, though, right?
Is
Or
that
no,
what happened?
no, he originally took over for Susan Sarandon, I think, because they put her brain into him or something like that.
That's right.
And then when they wrote him off the show, he had to walk onto an elevator and fall down the elevator shaft and die. And he knew it was coming and didn't want to do it.
Yeah, he's holding off as long as he can.
Yep.
Go on, Dr. Drake Ramore.
Oh, a Flower fan says Charles was in One Life to Live at one time doing drag.
Wow.
Cool. Back in the day, he was also on what was that? Oz.
Not the Whimsical Kingdom.
No, not the Whimsical Kingdom. The
Whimsical Prison.
The Whimsical Prison show.
Whimsical for some people.
Not sure who those people are.
I know a few who thought it was pretty whimsical.
Really?
Well, not going to prison, but watching what is it, Chris Noth.
Oh yeah.
They were very into him on that show.
Whimsical, you say?
Whimsical.
Whimsical.
Whimsy. Yes.
Well, what
All
did Jack?
well, I'm going to head out. I've got more vacuuming to do.
Oh, we're not even gonna get that.
Well, that's okay because we have a special guest coming in next.
You go, Jack.
See ya.
Bye. He could have stayed on and vacuumed for everyone.
People come and go so quickly around here.
And Gary and Mike moved to Euclid on Monday. So they may not have cable or internet yet. Oh no, Kim. They should be watching on their phone then. They're probably busy unpacking, trying to find things. Oh, Malta Scott says it was One Life to Live, 2001. Okay.
You need to ask Mr. Bush about that.
Yeah, he did lots of stuff. He had a whole fascinating life writing pilots that never got produced. So this is the way things go. All right. Well, I sent Leah a link. And she and her friend are going to come in a few minutes and talk to us. And in the meantime, we will continue on our great discussion about TV shows that we haven't watched. What have I watched anything else lately? I watched an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants out of pure boredom the other night when I couldn't fall asleep. That was silly.
Yeah, that's like the Dr. Kevorkian channel, as far as I'm concerned.
Not into SpongeBob.
I started up 6 Feet Under again.
Oh, a good series.
Revisiting that, finished the first season. Of course, I saw it all before 20 years ago, and truly appreciating so many things about it. The writing and the acting, and just what a good show.
But that last episode
it is right.
That last episode is just heartbreaking.
It is, but you know what? It made a lot more sense than so many final episodes.
It does. It's well done, but it's just I remember just sitting there and crying.
But I mean, like The Sopranos, which was good, but it was like, what did that mean? Or Seinfeld,
Yeah, the Seinfeld episode.
Those endings are tough, but I thought it was definitely heart wrenching.
I was talking,
just rips your heart out. Yeah,
talking with Jack the other night and just saying that Seinfeld's been smart not to bring that show back or attempt any sort of, because it was what it was. It was in its day. They ended it. Everybody went to prison, which was sort of fitting. And I remember thinking when I was watching the final episodes, like, these people really are kind of awful.
Yeah, terrible people. And then Larry David gets his own show,
right?
Which is what it really should be, because
for more terrible people,
more terrible.
So.
And he's had a run at that.
Kim says, please catch me up, but where is Amber? For those of you who don't know, but I think most other people do, Amber is not here tonight, obviously. She will be here occasionally if she wishes to, but she's been doing other projects and other things. She's still doing all the interviews on Sunday night and hosting occasionally. But on Amber Chat, we're doing a Beaver Pond players chat now. We're getting all kinds of different people. We just had Jack in here a few minutes ago. Rocco was supposed to show up, but I haven't seen him yet. I don't know where he is. And we'll go from there. And we're just having fun with you, catching up. And Malta Scott says, I love being stoned to Blues Clues. Blues Clues.
That is good. Scott, you all right?
Yes, but which Steve? Weren't there more than one? I think there was more than one Steve, wasn't there? Or am I wrong?
I'm sure they'll.
Or did they have different names? It's so hard to know. So hard to know. Who's Steve? Speaking of Steve, where is Rocco? Well, yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I saw you come in and then leave. And Kim says, oh, cool. I saw Jack. I always have done with you gets. I like that. Oh, there was only one Steve. They had different names. Okay. So they didn't replace Steve. They got a different person in when Steve left, but they didn't try to call him Steve still. Got it. Very good. So politics. Dwayne's excited about politics. Oh, Kim corrected it too. I always have fun with you guys. Yes, we have fun with you, but I liked being called Gits too. I thought that was kind of fun.
Yeah. But usually we only respond to the gets out, and then that sounds
or gets away from me.
Right. Well, are you with politics? I mean, with no matter what, I mean, everybody gets really depressed about things that are going on both sides.
Yeah.
But we have to admit these are interesting times. These are very interesting times. These are historic.
Times. They are.
No, and I suppose they are. These are Russell. you have to at least acknowledge what's going on, and
I suppose. But I would tell you more interesting times, like when Darren was switched and bewitched.
Yeah. Interesting, but not earth shattering. Yeah. Now, was a straight man replaced a gay man, or a gay man replaced a straight man?
I think the first one was gay.
Okay.
I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Flower Fan says, Brit, I think she means gets is Brit slang, and I think you are correct. Leah, I don't see a picture of you. I don't know what's going on with your camera there tonight. You don't seem to be hooking up fully. Oh, there it is. Meant gets is Brit slang. And Malta Scott says, you're right, Russell. It was the first one who was gay, replaced by the straight man.
And Russell loves hearing that. So
I think the first one, he had a lot of health problems, I think, right?
Yeah.
So
that was one gay show.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
So,
with many funny uncles.
Yes, I mean, yes.
Dick York.
And then we had Paul Lynn was only in like 9 episodes of it or something. Dick Sargent was the gay.
The second Darren. I can't keep him track. What were you saying, Dwayne?
That you watch Bewitched, and it always seems like Paul Lynn was in like every other episode, and he wasn't. He was only in episodes, but he's just so damn good.
Right.
He kind of steals every scene and every show and everything you did.
There's a name for that mass hallucination, and I can't remember it. There's a word for that where everybody thinks something happened. It's like everybody on Earth thinks that every episode of Scooby-Doo they ended with, and I would have gotten away with it too if it hadn't been for you meddling kids. They didn't say that very often.
Yeah.
If you look it up online, they really didn't. So
it's like the something effect, right?
right, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. See how much you don't learn by watching us?
I know. So Leah, I see you and Peter now. But your camera's all over the place, Leah. Are you guys about ready? Shake your head up in 1 minute. Oh no, that's a thumbs up. So they must be about ready. So let's bring on Leah and Peter and hear about their project. Hey Leah.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. And we'll add Peter in here. Hi there.
What week is this? This is Wednesday. Hi, Pete. Excuse the noise. It's Poppy's pill time. The crackling you hear is me messing with the blister pack.
Are you? Can we hear you, Peter? I don't hear anything from Peter. Are you muted? No, it doesn't look like it. Can't hear Peter.
Bestie, we can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
Can you text him?
I will try and send him a message. Yeah.
He can hear us. We can't hear him, I think.
Yeah, just tell him that.
Can't hear you. Oh, the joys of live internet television. There you go, Poppy.
Yay, Poppy gets his bills. Now he can pop his bills. And Leah, you froze, but we can still hear you. So, Leah, tell us about your project a little bit. I don't know why you froze.
I don't either. Oh, wait, are we okay? Here, hi. Oh, and Peter's gone. Oh, that's fun. Okay. Where to?
Well, there's an open plug right there.
Okay. Hi. Oh my word.
So, can you turn so the light's on your face? Because right now all I see is the light behind you. There we go.
Here we go.
Yay! All right. So tell us about your project.
Okay. Nope. That. How do we do? There we go. Hi.
Hi. Who's this?
So this is well, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Charlotte. I'm with her.
Hi, Charlotte, with her. tell us about what you're working on.
Absolutely. So myself and Peter, I don't know where he went, have written an amazing show together. I'm gonna just text him one more time and see if he's coming on.
Yeah, I think he's having trouble connecting.
Oh gosh, sorry.
Well, you tell us.
So there we go.
Right. I'm sorry for all these tech issues and everything. Oh my goodness. We were on the laptop but couldn't see us. Webcam wasn't working. Oh my. So
what did you write?
Peter and I wrote this really, really amazing show about 7 years ago. At the time, I was taking a employment preparedness program at the Autism Society in St. John's that helps young adults with autism to find and keep employment. And one day, one of the teachers asked me to stay behind after class, and I was thinking automatically, oh, fire truck, what have I done? Because my brain automatically went to, I'm in huge trouble. So I stayed behind afterwards, and the teacher brings me to her office and she says, Leah, I love how creative that you are. And I breathe this big sigh of relief, like, oh, thank God I didn't screw up. She loves how creative that I am. And she has this idea. The Autism Society in Newfoundland was going to be doing a Mad Hatter tea party. And she said, Leah, would you take the story of Alice in Wonderland and put a autism awareness spin on it? I thought that is a really cool idea. Absolutely, I'm in. So I was excited to take on that project, but at the same time, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never written a play before, so that's where Peter came in. Peter is my bestie. Well, one of my besties. This is my other one. And he runs a local theater company, Spirit of Newfoundland Productions. So he's got 50 or 60 different shows he's written under his belt. So I told him the idea, and he we spent the next several weeks together writing it. Sometimes we'd be together at his house, but a lot of the time we were at our favorite restaurant, International Flavors on Kitty Bitty Road, writing the show over a plate of the most amazing curry ever. And
so are you producing the play now?
So yeah, we wrote the show, and the original plan, like I said, was to have it done at the Autism Society with the Mad Hatter Tea Party, but the teacher whose idea that it was, unfortunately, ended up losing her job and thus the funding, so that didn't happen. But Peter and I, this was our baby. We didn't want it to die, so we took things into our own hands and we tried to find funding, but we couldn't. But things really kind of started coming to a head about a year ago. I was taking part in a theater group for adults with autism, FART, P-H-A-R-T, FART, physical art. And that is where I met Charlotte. Oh my gosh, the lighting is terrible. Maybe if you come over here?
Yeah, that maybe.
I recognized her right away from her lead role in a musical, Sidewalk Dandelion, which was this beautiful original show that her neurodiverse choir did that embraced neurodiversity. And the two of us became really quick friends, and we did a scene from Understanding Wonderland at the end of the semester performance. And a few months later, we did another little preview of the show at the CBS library. And things have just been continuously spiraling from there. The Autism Society was at that library show, and they were like, this is the coolest thing. Will you do an event with us? So back in November, we got to take a few scenes from the show and perform them at the Autism Society. And definitely the most amazing thing is that later in this year, in the fall of 2024, Theater CBS is going to be doing the entire thing as a school tour. So I am just very, very excited and proud, and think it's absolutely amazing that this is finally happening.
Well, that's fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yay. And so that's going to happen this fall, you said they're going to tour with it?
Yes, in the fall of 2024, we are going to take this to different schools around in the metro, CBS, Mount Pearl, St. John's area.
Oh, congratulations.
CBS at first. I hope that St. John's and Mount Pearl will have us. I think he's back.
Maybe I am. I don't know.
Now we can hear you, Peter. Well, congratulations. Leah has given us all the details. I bet you heard some of them.
I've heard them all. I was here. I was here. I could hear everything. And yeah, so.
Now, Peter, what's the name of the show again?
Understanding Wonderland.
Understanding Wonderland. That's a great title. That's a great title. So when people start Googling it and looking for it to find out the dates and where it's going to be, Understanding Wonderland.
Understanding Wonderland, and it's really it's a beautiful educational piece, and it just breaks down any stereotypes about anybody on the autism spectrum, and I think people will really enjoy it and learn a lot.
Great. So how many schools are you going to, or are you still working on that?
We are still working on that. Yeah, but we're going to take it around to schools. And something else really exciting that myself and Charlotte are involved in a little less than 3 weeks, we're going to be doing another preview event with the Autism Society. So we're going to be doing another couple of scenes from this show for a smaller audience at the Autism Society. And Charlotte, why don't you tell them a little bit about, oh my gosh, the lighting. Why don't you tell them about like who your character that you're playing, and I not let you talk at all yet.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt you. Besides, you're in charge of this whole thing.
So, all right, Charlotte. What's your character, Charlotte?
My character for this particular preview is Duchess Petunia Bouquet, and she is a haughty, particular, very well-mannered duchess who has a hypersensitivity to noise.
Ah. So you have to have a very quiet stage then.
A quiet, yes, now that you say that, yeah.
She demands it.
I never thought about that.
Yes. Well, congratulations on all your work. That's fantastic.
Yes, thank you. I'm just glad Leah came up to me one day and asked, hey, do you want to be in this thing with me for our big June showcase at the end of the term? And I was in a very bad mood that day. So
Ooh, you realize.
So you ended up in a good mood.
She turned it around.
Great.
yeah,
right,
more or less.
Well, thank you guys so much for sharing with us.
You're welcome. And I realized I've been telling you about this show. I didn't really mention even what it was about, just the details of the tour and everything. Gosh.
Well, everyone knows the story of Alice in Wonderland, right?
Well, that's
Alice in
true.
Wonderland, so, but with a autistic bent. So hopefully, maybe you'll get a little video clip of it sometime after it's produced, and we can show some of it.
I didn't even think of that. We actually do have video of the last March performance that we did, November performance that we did.
All right. Well, maybe next time or some other time we can do it. It sounds like this is going to be an ongoing process.
It definitely is. Yeah.
We have a lot of work to do. So,
Yeah.
well, thank you all. And
you're welcome. And I'm just, so excited to be doing this, bringing more awareness of autism and education of autism to people. And with an entirely neurodiverse cast, myself and Charlotte and Patrick. I hope you're okay with me just like telling everybody. Are you cool?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, myself and Charlotte and Patrick are all autistic. Our musical director has ADHD. It's so awesome to have so much neurodiverse representation in the cast and crew for this. That's really what we're hoping for. And yeah, we myself and Charlotte have even ended up starting our own theater company, Neurodynamic Theatrics. And that's our goal with this and with future shows as well, is to have as much neurodiverse representation as we can. We want to bring inclusivity and acceptance and education through the arts.
Fantastic. And the arts is a great way to do it. So, all right. Well, we are going to have to move on here. I'm hoping Big J will join us next. But thank you both, or all three of you, for joining us, and keep us up to date on what's going on. And we would love to show some clips on when you get them together.
Great.
Absolutely.
All right. Take care. Have a good night.
Thanks so much. Great.
Bye.
Bye now.
Oops. All right. Thank you, Leah and Peter and Charlotte. And that was very informative, and I didn't know that you were doing all that. It sounds like it really has grown. That's amazing. So Big J says cool. Big J, are you going to join us tonight? I haven't seen you log in yet. Cindy Zook was here saying hello, Farlings. And then she meant darlings.
I like.
love-
I'll take.
I like farlings too. I think farlings is nice.
I am completely out of farlings. So
Yes, if anyone wants to send me more farlings, I'll take them.
I think your last farling bounced.
Yeah, it kind of did. Cindy Zook is learning words, lots of words, too many words for the songs in Drag Ball. Oh, are you performing this year, Cindy? Yay! I'm so happy to hear that. That will be fun to see you. And we have so many things to talk about. It's been ages. So, what else, Dwayne? Till Big J gets here. I sent you the link, Big J. Usually you log right in moments after I send it to you. Did you not? There he is. Well, all right. Then it means it's time for, you know what? Our roving reporter's very quick report tonight.
Hey guys, tonight is Beaver Pond Players Chat, so come and join me for some fun. I'll see you there. Bye guys.
There he is.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Big J. How are you?
Oh, looking forward to next week. I am pumped. I'm ready to have some fun.
Oh, good. Well, we lost Dwayne. How many numbers are you doing next week?
Oh, just one.
Just
So-
one? Are you giving away what it is yet, or is it a secret?
Well, I guess I can give it away tonight for those of you that have never seen me perform on the higher ground stage. I'm doing a redo of Thriller.
Oh, you're going to do Thriller.
Yeah.
Yes, last year it turned out to be very thrilling, but it wasn't what you were expecting.
No, so for most of you who never got to see me perform, now is your chance.
Get up there to Vermont and get to Drag Ball. Woohoo!
Woo! And the last time I was like very close to beat up on stage. Really that close because of the sewage and everything, so we had to shut it down.
Yeah, that was not good. I know you were about to go like within a minute of going on stage and doing your act, and
Yeah.
and then Amber just went running out there and said, "Nope." Joanne says, "Hi, Big J."
Hi Joanne, how are ya?
Joanne, are you going to be at Drag Ball to see Big J? So what else have you been doing, Big J, other than rehearsing and rehearsing and rehearsing?
Well, let's see. Well, I'm doing cross-country skiing right now for Special Olympics, and then this weekend is the Penguin Plunge down at the waterfront, which is a wonderful event for people like.
Are you going in?
Nope, I hand out towels.
Oh, come on.
I take a cold shower though to honor the Penguin Plungers, but that's about it.
You take a cold shower?
Yeah, because that's basically my own plunge in the shower.
They don't come running over and dump icy water on you or anything?
No, not at all.
Have you so you're gonna go do the penguin plunge? That sounds like a exciting time.
And then Sunday I'm gonna practice with the male dancers.
And then you've got 6 days.
6 days to go before I see the rest of you.
Yep, then you got to do the whole thing from beginning to end this time.
I know.
I know last year you got scared and you caused a sewage problem just so you wouldn't have to do it, right?
Well, that wasn't. I don't think it was me doing the sewage. I think it was just the pipes and everything breaking apart, and then the sewage got bigger and bigger and bigger. It had to go everywhere.
We like to blame Rocco.
But I did see Rusty, so I want to say, Rusty, good to see you today. Yeah.
Yeah, he is supposed to be coming up with us, so you'll get to see him in person this time.
And speaking of which, there's going to be some music at Drag Ball this year too.
Oh yeah, are you playing?
Well, I know that Amber and Lucy Bell are performing and doing some tributes to Margarita as well. I've been watching the post about that, and
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you too, Zanny Zook. So I cannot wait to see you with your voice again and hearing you sing. And all of them inspired me. So I'm looking forward to hearing some music there too.
Yep. Without them, you wouldn't be on the stage doing Thriller.
Or doing any MJ shows, really, because all that stuff.
Malta Scott's blaming the Popeyes chicken, yeah. And Cindy Zook says, "Thanks, Big J."
You're welcome, Zinny. You're welcome. I love giving information about one of my favorite events. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, and so other than all that, what have you been doing?
Well, I've been doing good at work. I've been taking some days off. Oh, she can't wait to see me too. Awesome, Zinny. Awesome. But yeah, I've been.
Why are you taking days off to rehearse?
Yeah, I'm taking days off to rehearse my moves and my dancing power so I can be ready. My mom did an excellent job with the makeup and everything, so it has to be redone again.
Yeah, I know. She did all that. Well, all of you did all that work last year, but this year's the retribution. You get to do it finally and show off your skills.
Absolutely. So, guys, if you're coming to Drag Ball, come see me perform at Higher Ground. The show starts at 8 p.m. Doors open at 7:30.
And do you know what time you go on yet or not yet?
Oh, I'm not quite sure. Hopefully, we open up the show before after the House of Amazing or something like that. But I'm not quite sure when we go on. But during rehearsal for Sunday, before the show, I'll let everybody know what time I'll be going up on stage.
Okay.
So then people will know when to come see me before I get prepared for my show.
But people need to get their tickets now.
Yep. So get your tickets now before they are thrilled off.
Thrilled off, huh?
Yep.
Speaking of thrilling, not this week, as you know, I've mentioned several times that we won't be doing a show, but next week, the night after Drag Ball, we have Brandon Delsid, who is an actor who's in Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's brand new movie, This Is Me Now. And we recorded that interview with him recently, and we'll be playing it on the 18th. Brandon talks with Amber all about his career and all about, excuse me, goodness, suddenly I got the burps. Talks about his career and all about the new movie and working with J-Lo. So that's going to be a great show.
Great show coming up. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe while you're at it. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Big J Entertainment. I have a lot of exciting things coming your way for this year and next year too. So stay tuned.
Who knows, when you go on Big J's channel, you may see things like this.
Yep, you never know.
You never know what Big J is going to be dressed as. So,
yep.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us tonight. I see we have a couple more comments here. How is Amber? Amber is great. She's working hard to get ready for Drag Ball.
Yep. My.
And Reno B says no sewage allowed. Malta Scott, great show, Russell. Thank you. And thank you, Malta Scott. Thank you all for being here. We're going to take off now and have the rest of our evening to go take a nap because I woke up way too early this morning. I guess I was excited about the show tonight. So
yeah, me too.
Thank you all. Have a good night. Bye.
Drag Ball. Bye-bye.